Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make a kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on edge, no time for hesitation. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. What in this city, ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. What in this city, ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay.
Viewer discretion time.
Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, heel faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes, and with us every Tuesday,
The definition
is Edgar from the Snug Wrestling Podcast. And normally we have the biggest stories in the week of wrestling here. But tonight we're going to do things a little bit different. I've got the lawsuit against AEW and Jon Moxley. We are going to do a deep dive into this thing, break it all down, let you know what the real story is. And then, when we're done with that, we're going to do a deep dive breakdown of the John Cena pipe bomb promo last Friday night. So, be a good time. Hang out with us. We'll be right after this.
cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn it around. Heel shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causes pain.
All right. How we doing, fellas?
Week. I'm ready.
Lovely,
I'm
lovely
ready for
day.
Friday, man.
Lovely day in the neighborhood. Lovely day in HSP. Always
Yes,
happy to
indeed.
be here.
Isn't
Glad
it
to be
great
back.
to be alive on a Tuesday night?
Better
It
than the alternative, I
definitely
guess.
Oh,
Today is my Friday. I'm going on vacation tomorrow. Fuck all you.
Oh, that's right. You're taking a break, right?
That's fine. That's fine. Because we agreed on this. You get June, I get July. Edgar gets
The
nothing.
rest of the year.
Gets nothing.
I'm only going to be gone for a few days, so it's okay. The only show we're going to miss is this Thursday's Fantasy Wars. Fantasy Wars!
For some reason, I just want to hear Crusher's fucking sound effect after you're done.
All right. So, you ready to dig into this lawsuit?
And ready. Let's do it.
All right. So, it's a 7-count lawsuit over 7 counts over an
I
event
wasn't
that
expecting
happened
the first question to come in that soon, but all right.
over an incident that happened on May 10th of 2023 in Detroit, Michigan, at the Little Caesars arena there.
Hot and ready.
Yeah, this case is being brought in Detroit, which is where the incident happened. It could have been brought in Florida too. I don't know why, because the plaintiff is from Florida. The defendant, AEW, is based in Florida. So that's plenty to bring it here in Florida. But I guess they decided maybe a lot of the witnesses or something are in Detroit. That might explain that.
It was only on national TV in Detroit, so
Well, yeah, of course it was in Detroit. So get into some of this stuff. The amount that they have in here exceeding $25,000, that's just a jurisdictional thing, so it can be in circuit court. It doesn't mean that's what they're suing for. So in Florida, for example, in order to be in circuit court, I think you have to sue for over $15,000. So I guess maybe in Michigan it's 25. And the circuit court is where you get the astronomical, limitless damages. Like in the other option is county, which is normally, I guess, in this jurisdiction, county court would only go up to a maximum of 25,000, and then circuit court is everything above that.
okay.
All right. Factual allegations. May 10th, 2023. Plaintiff was doing business at the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, and plaintiff was there as a production team member. He was tasked. See, here's where it gets a little iffy in this, because he was part of the script. All right. He was tasked with holding the screwdriver that Jon Moxley was supposed to take.
Okay.
And that was, where the color in the cell or the cage came from. So he was tasked with holding the screwdriver. It said that the script was for him to hold the screwdriver and for Moxley to take it from his hand. That was what was scripted. Upon receiving the item and without warning, explanation, or prior discussion, Moxley unexpectedly deviated from the planned script by placing his hands on Plaintiff's face and shoulders and violently shoving him to the ground.
Violently.
He's claiming extensive injuries as a result of this violent and unscripted assault. He had to have cervical spine surgery. Had shoulder surgery, and one of the things they're suing for is an unsightly scar that was left on the side of his neck. So, count one in this is negligent hiring, supervision, and retention as to defendant. So this is basically a claim where they're claiming that AEW owed him as a production crew member a duty to hire and train everyone correctly, a duty to train and supervise employees and independent contractors, duty to ensure performances are conducted in a manner that is safe for the performers, the production crew. Basically, they're saying that AEW fucked up because they weren't supervising everybody well enough. Now, my problem, and I haven't seen the answer to come out of this, but there's gotta be some language in the crew people's contract that says, you're kind of taking this upon your own risk. It gets violent down there. I would imagine there's some language in there about taking this job at a certain amount of risk. Now, they're also claiming that Moxley has had a history of disciplinary issues, which should have made AEW realize that he could be violent to people that aren't part of the script.
Oh, cry me a river.
Past disciplinary offenses include a documented history of unpredictability as well as a lack of control, all of which were known or should have been known to AEW at the time. They're saying that this is a negligence claim. Essentially, it's negligence doctors up as negligent hiring, training, whatever. But it's basically a negligence claim. And in order for you to have to bring a case for negligence, you have to have a duty owed to the plaintiff, a breach of that duty, and that breach has to be what they call the proximate cause of the damages. So they're saying that the proximate cause of plaintiff's injury was in part due to AEW's negligent hiring and lack of supervision over one Jonathan Moxley.
Sounds like they're trying to suit the gimmick more than the person.
Yeah. Let's see. The next count is civil assault and battery. Saying that Moxley's unscripted actions, were harmful, making offensive contact imminent. Unscripted actions and movements were overt, such that any reasonable person would have felt apprehension or harmful or offensive contact.
Continue. I'm going back and looking at this violent push.
And in this, they're saying that his actions caused harm, the extent of which is still unknown, because plaintiff still continues to have physical issues on the incident. The one thing that is in here that I find kind of interesting is that one of the big damages that they talk about are related to a scar that was left on his neck from a surgery, and they called it like unsightly and embarrassing.
Have they seen Cody Rhodes' neck?
Yep. So, let's see.
I'm still waiting for this.
This lawsuit's pretty dry. It's not anywhere near as exciting as the Vince McMahon lawsuit was.
This bump is fucking dry.
What?
This bump is fucking dry. Dude, at no point did any part of his body ever actually leave the fucking ground.
Yeah. No,
He fucking tucked and rolled. How in the fuck did you... What was the fucking injury from last weekend, Edgar? What'd you say it was? It was a something fusion?
Well, it was a
Cervical fusion.
Where? Fucking where?
shoulder surgery.
Dude, you can see it at the corner of the camera. The dude's fucking getting right back up. Get the fuck out of here.
And
negligent hire. They're trying to say that John Moxley was a negligent. He's one of the few workers in AEW that's never legitimately injured anyone.
right.
How in the fuck can you fucking sit there and tell me that?
This whole lawsuit seems like a stretch, especially, the defense's number one piece of evidence should be the fucking video of it happening.
Which is right here.
Yeah, that's absolute.
Which I've
nothing.
reshared to the group chat for you gentlemen if you take a look at it one more time.
Yeah, I watched it a few times already, and it just seems crazy that he would get all these surgeries from that one. It was a shove. I wouldn't even call it a push. It was more like a.
That was
Just
a bump. That was a shitty fucking quarter roll bump.
Yeah. Count 3 is just a general negligence claim. They owed a duty to make sure his job was safe, and they breached it. And
He landed on a
got all
fucking
fucked
mat.
up.
Not like he landed
know.
on concrete.
I know.
There's padding around the fucking ring.
I'd countersue because they're breaking kayfabe in this, talking about it scripted.
Dude, I'm telling you, go and read all this shit, and it sounds like they're trying to sue John Moxley, not John Goodman.
Jonathan Good.
Whatever. They're trying to sue the gimmick. They're not trying to sue the person.
Yeah, this guy's a former Intercontinental and WWE
multiple time fucking AEW champion. Yeah, we get all that. But the fact of the matter is, he's still one of the safest workers in the game.
Yeah. The only one who ever gets banged up is him. Count 4 is gross negligence, which gross negligence is just a hair step down from intentional. Like, you may not have intentionally tried to hurt me, but you were so reckless and so, your lack of concern was so great that you just did it anyway and didn't care. That's what gross negligence means. And the problem with gross negligence is that you can sue for punitive damages. So they are looking for substantial monies in this. Count 5 is a premises liability, basically saying that because AEW had control of the space at the time, that because his damages occurred there, it's AEW's fault. Hosted and controlled the event, had a duty to ensure the premises was reasonably safe, blah, blah, blah. And then the last written count is for what's called respondent superior. Basically what we know as vicarious liability. They're saying that because John Moxley was forming in the scope of his employment, because he caused the damage, then his employer AEW is responsible for it. It's kind of like if a stock boy at Walmart pulls something down on your head and fucks you up, you can sue Walmart for it because he was under the scope of his employment. And then they're looking for damages, including medical expenses, disability, permanent and serious disfigurement, wage loss and lost earning capacity, pain and suffering, exemplary damages for mental and emotional anxiety, humiliation, and or indignation or indignity, uh, diminution in business and reputation and opportunities, other economic and non-economic damages not yet known, and all other damages available under Michigan law. So they're looking for a big chunk of change on something that I believe is going to hinge on whether that baby little nudge would cause that much damage.
Oh, do you want to talk from a fan's perspective, or you want to talk from a worker's perspective?
Well, I want to hear from both of you. Edgar, why don't you go first?
I'll go first because mine is probably a lot shorter than Jaden probably has a lot of thoughts about this. But for me, I just hope John Moxley learned his lesson because I feel like they got really lucky because of that shove was so light, so minimal. I don't think this guy actually got hurt. But if he did, if this was a lot worse, this could have been really bad for Tony Khan and AEW. I mean, I have a lot of questions about it, but I think this is just like a slap in the hand. And I know John Moxley is like top dog there, but I mean, that doesn't mean that he should be putting his hands on people. Um, I don't know, man. There's just a lot of things about this that just doesn't make sense. I just pray and hope that moving forward, this, Tony Khan is like, hey, don't do shit that is not in the script anymore. I know they are known for controlled chaos, right? They have fucking exploding barbed wire matches and exploding tables, exploding super kicks. But you can't.
Exploding is an overstatement.
Shut up.
Right, but they can do all these things, plan out all these things, but someone getting shoved out of script is not in their plans. Like there's just something so stupid, and it's gonna cost them some money. Um, but yeah, I have some questions about this, but I'm gonna let Draven go on next.
Here's the beginning of my thought process, and this comes from over a decade in the business, and 99% of locations I've worked, businesses I've worked. What's the first thing, being a new guy in a fucking territory, what's the first thing you do at a show?
Everybody.
That's the second thing. First thing, you go sign some paperwork.
Oh,
You sign a release form stating that you are solely responsible for any injuries you may get. And that's not just the wrestlers, that's also the referees, that is to security, that's to the front door people, that's to concessions. It's anybody and everyone that works in insert 3-letter company here.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, if it's on an independent level, it's damn sure on a professional level. It's damn sure in AEW. I guarantee you that piece of paper is floating around somewhere in their office or servers or however the fuck they do it. They're probably not like independent guys actually have the shit digital. But I guarantee you, once that piece of fucking paper come out, once they see that he signed a fucking release form stating that he is solely responsible for that shit, it's gonna get thrown out. But let's just say it's not there. You said from the lawsuit that he was part of a script in which he had to get the screwdriver, which means you are put in harm's way regardless, which means you understand that you may or may not have hands put on you. I'm not saying you're going to get a fucking Death Rider.
Right.
You're not going to get a fucking Dirty Deeds. You're not going to get a fucking line.
Right.
But if you're part of the fucking show, you're going to play your fucking part. Yeah, you had to get the screwdriver, but how was he going to get the screwdriver from you? Oh, thank you, now walk away. No, fuck that.
Yeah, he grabbed it and gave him a little push.
Yeah. little paintbrush, as it were. It was, to me, this feels like a money grab. Number one, let's get that out the fucking way.
Yeah, certainly is.
Number two, unless this man is made of paper mache and glass,
Mm-hmm.
whatever surgeries he may have had from whatever injuries, those injuries are fucking before this shit happened. That's like me. Let's say we restarted. Just hypothetically, we restart greatest tag division of all time, and I injure my shoulder in a match. Sign the release form, what it is, but I had to go get neck surgery because of it. My neck wasn't injured in that match. To me, this feels like he's just trying to do whatever he can to get whatever old nagging injuries he may have gotten taken care of under Tony Khan's fucking dime. And Jon Moxley just happens to be the guy there that did the push. And like I said, I sent it back to you guys. At no point was his body ever completely off the fucking ground, so it's not like he got picked up and fucking yeeted into the fucking barricade. It was a slight push where if you go back and look, he threw himself more than anything. Yes, Moxley did put hands on him, and yes, he might have paintbrushed his face a little bit, but he put all the force himself into this push and into the fall. At no point did he land on his shoulder, his upper back, or his fucking neck. He landed on his side.
Yep.
Knee
Right.
and arm first. More knee than anything. And then tuck and rolled
Right.
for a quarter roll. From a guy
So-
that's been doing these exact rolls for damn near 20 years at this point. A, work on your fucking shit, kid. B, if you did get injured, that's on you for not fucking doing it properly. And C, and this is the most important part, you're part of the fucking script,
Right.
which means you were in on what's going to fucking happen. It's not our fault. You're a fucking pansy. You fucking snowflake. You a grown ass man in a grown ass man's company. Fucking act like it.
Right.
So here's my question though. One of many that, and we'll see if you guys might know. So do we know, are AEW talents contracted?
Yeah.
Or are
independent
they
contract.
AEW employees?
Independent contractors.
They're independent contractors. Okay, so this guy that's suing the AEW and Jon Moxley was also, I believe, independent contractor through a different company
Right.
who was, hired through basically like a third party type thing, right?
Yes, essentially. That's
Okay.
what it is.
Yeah, so like, the independent contractors that wrestle, that take bumps, that work in the ring, I would assume that also the other staffed employees who happen to be independent contractors should also have some type of like disclosure or bump certification or something that says, hey, if you're this close to the ring, if you're out there, that you got to sign some type of waiver or something if you want the job. This comes with this type of risk,
A release form. Like I was
Yeah.
stating.
Yeah.
yeah.
But this kind of reminds me of, now I heard this story from Jim Cornette, so I don't know how true this is. When you guys probably heard it too, when he talked about it when he was a manager compared to when he was like a signed employee in the WWE. He could be out there, but he wasn't able to take any bumps
Correct.
until he was an actual WWE employee. Now, I
No,
don't know.
You have that backwards. You have that backwards.
Okay.
As a signed employee, the office did not want any of their employees taking bumps.
Oh, okay.
So he said, fuck all that. Give me a fucking worker's contract. So even though he worked in the office, he did have a worker's contract, which means he could take bumps as needed. He can go out there and perform as needed. And he still worked in the office. So you're right, but you just had that backwards.
So what if AEW didn't make this guy sign some type of release form and they just threw him out there?
And they've got a really shit back office. Like, that's standard practice. I mean, if they can, if one guy running an indie promotion can get it done every single fucking show, they can get it done.
But let's also remember, quite a few of our buds back when AEW Dark was a thing in Dark Elevation, they had to go do the same thing, and they had to sign release forms. Not just for, in case you get injured or whatever, but also for their name and likeness to be used on television.
Yep.
So I highly doubt they missed this one fucking guy. I guarantee that release form, or in some way, shape, form, or fashion of a release form, is floating around in their fucking database. And as soon as that becomes part of evidence, it's going to get thrown out like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking at the case file to make sure that we know when they file their answer or whatnot, and hopefully they file some evidence with it.
Should they get treated like a person in the front row, the people that are working around the ring? I mean, they're on the other side of the barricade, but they're still at a distance from all the action. You get what I'm saying? Like, or should they be
say that
looked
again. Say that
at?
again. I might have spaced out.
So this guy, for example, he was a part of like the production team or something. Usually they stay close to the barricade, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's also fans on right on the other side of that barricade, the front row fans. Though the fans are not supposed to be touched at all, right?
No, you don't touch the fans at all.
Right. So why? I mean, it makes sense to me that the people that work in production would be looked at the same as those fans in the front row, because they're technically not part of the show,
But
but
here's the
they
thing.
are just as close to
But
the
here's
action.
but here's the thing, and he said it in the lawsuit. He was a part of the script to get the screwdriver to Moxley. Go
Okay.
back and see where he was positioned. He was positioned in front of the entrance ramp. So it's not like he was over here next to the barricade. He was blatantly in the fucking way. And Moxley had to get him out of the fucking way in a way that it made sense. And for his character, snatch the fucking screwdriver and push him to the side. Like I said, it's not like he picked him
Yeah.
up and hit him with a fucking Death Rider or fucking yeeted him into the fucking barricade. I'm just saying. It's
Yeah.
not like the thing with MJF where he took somebody's fucking vodka and threw it in some kid's face. Like,
Yeah.
out of everybody on that current roster, Moxley's definitely top 3 safest worker. Even though he's the deathmatch freak, he does it in a safe manner.
Yeah.
So my question would be for this one. Let's say if, and then this is just the first thing that pops up, if fucking Brian Cage or a Dante Martin was in the same position and did it, would it be as big of a fucking deal, number one? And number two, would he even bother going after him, knowing that Cage or Dante Martin are nowhere near the level of popularity or fucking financial relevance that John Moxley is?
They'd probably still sue because of AEW's responsibility over their employees, and the premises and stuff like that. So the lawsuit would still.
Here we go.
What the fuck?
Be careful, Jaden. Now, last time you had to shower like
That's your
fucking
face.
4 times a day for 3 days straight.
That's
Elwood's legal briefs.
Elwood, come get these motherfuckers
You're
off my desk.
touching it.
Get these motherfuckers off my desk. They smell like the swamp. They smell like Shrek's fucking ball sack. We can't have this.
We can't have this.
They
Here, this
smell
is
like
probably gonna make
Seth
it better.
Rollins' ball
Shrek's
sack.
sack.
Take some saltiness to try to, yeah.
All right.
no,
Simmer down.
And some duck sauce. No,
All right.
you need the Lord sauce too. Take it all. That's your tip tonight.
You got to put some holy water on that.
Not on my fucking drinks.
What's that brown stain?
Sir, we need to go to a commercial break because I gotta replace this now.
Yes. Let us go to our commercial break, and we'll come back and talk about the pipe bomb.
You old dirty bastard.
What up, Heel Faction? Today's day and age, internet security is of paramount importance. That's why today's sponsor is Surfshark VPN. Tell them about it, Draven.
It was really quite simple. VPNs are the way of the future. Keeps your stuff secure, safe, and out of hackers' hands. You want to go watch Netflix over in Japan? Flip that shit over. You want to go watch the capital P word, and you can't because you're in one of these states that got it banned? Flip that shit over to another country. Really quite simple.
Absolutely. Keeps your information safe, out of the hands of hackers. VPNs, as Draven said, are the future. If you use the link in the description, you can get Surfshark VPN for 88% off plus 3 free months.
Damn, that's quite a steal.
Yeah, we're talking about less than $2 per month plus 3 free months. If you sign up using the link in the description. Safe surfing, happy surfing, keep your shit safe. We'll get back to the show.
You old dirty bastards.
All right. Oh, reminder. Oh, 9. Okay.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So real quick, while he's rebooting, real quick, the YouTube membership, $1.99, gets you everything that you need. Get you the merchant cost, get you all the emojis, get you access to pretty much everything that's not on the $4.99 level. But we do have the $4.99 level, which includes the monthly Zoom call, which we will have an update on that at the end of this show as far as when we're doing it and what time, as well as access to more personal access to our social medias and whatnot. So definitely check those out.
Test. Am I back?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. I am back.
Cool. So
ladies and
since I
gentlemen.
just butchered the fucking YouTube membership because I don't have that shit converted to memory, fucking feel
All right. So the YouTube membership is about $1.99 a month to get you pretty much everything you need. You get the merch at cost, featuring the Heel Shit Podcast logo, hoodie, and tons more. You get the emojis, all that kind of stuff. You get the members only videos. We do have a $4.99 tier, which gets you a monthly Zoom call with us, and we connect on social media, stuff like that. So if you're interested in more personalized communication, check that out. We'd love to have you as a member.
Cool.
Ready for your pipe bomb deep dive, sir?
Start. Where do we want to start with this at?
I want to start with the promo that CM Punk did on John Cena. I believe it was the very first time where it was just CM Punk talking. And
the actual pipe bomb in 2011. You want to start there?
no. This was a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, I believe. And I think we talked about it on the chat a little bit, where I was like, what happened on this promo with Punk? Like, he dropped the ball on this promo. And I want to start there if it's all right with you guys, because this is the first time that CM Punk brought up the fact that John Cena is trying to do the same exact thing that CM Punk tried to do back in 2011.
Okay.
You guys remember that promo?
Not word for word, but I kind of have cliff notes on it. So where would you say he dropped the ball? Because this is the weakest of all current promos right now. But at no point did I feel he dropped the ball anywhere.
Well,
When
I remember that he had a real rocky start on one of the promos. When he's been face to face with him, hell, even when it was just Punk, he hasn't been as sharp as normal. And I mean, we can go back later and watch them both, but he had he lost his place in a lot of them, a couple of places. He just wasn't crisp and sharp.
Is this the one where he started off by saying that I'm prepared to have this conversation with my fist, but one way or another, you're going to hear everything I have to say?
Yeah.
That promo, though,
See?
I didn't see any flaws in that one. It felt I can kind of see where y'all talking about, but here's how I took it, and this might just be me, being Booker brain always fucking on. I saw it as he was so pissed off at John, he was so flustered at John that he had to stop himself from saying some shit that would get him canceled. So he had to kind of bring his level of professionalism back to what he was doing. That's how I took that. Which to me, and it kind of goes back to when Gunther and Pat McAfee had that match, and Pat McAfee missed the springboard and tripped over the rope,
Right.
and everybody shitted on it, and I saw it in a different fucking light. I think that's just it. I'm just seeing it in a different light, and I don't see it as he was fumbling.
Right.
To me, it looked like CM Punk forgot his lines.
Yeah,
Like-
in one of the promos, he did for a second, and it
Mm.
was noticeable. I just can't
Yeah.
remember if it was the face to face or the solo.
It was a face to face, but in this promo, it was on SmackDown. It was when right after Money in the Bank, we saw that R-Truth attacked John Cena, and we thought that was it on SmackDown? Fuck, I can't remember. Anyway, I expected to see R-Truth come out and confront John Cena after the attack, but instead it was CM Punk. And it was CM Punk cutting a promo on John Cena. And he hyped up the promo, CM Punk did. Oh, CM Punk got the mic. Shit's about to get real. And it's Punk and Cena. And you called me a hypocrite. And I thought it was going to go where, you know, CM Punk accepting to go to Saudi Arabia, that makes him a hypocrite. Shit's about to get real. And then he just stops and he's like, bear with me. I got a lot on my chest. And he kind of just walks around. And John Cena starts smiling like, oh shit. Like, so that's what to me it looked like it went bad. But he did recover. He did a good job. And this is when he said, you're doing the same exact thing I did back in 2011, trying to take off with the title. So this was the start of the beginning for me for this whole pipe bomb thing that we saw go down a few nights ago. Does that ring a bell yet? Or no?
No, I remember the promo. Like I said, I don't remember word for word what it was, but I did enjoy it. And again, this might just be Booker brain. He may have fumbled it, but he did it in a way where it makes sense because he made it very clear at the beginning of that promo that he's aggravated, he's upset, he's pissed off. And you can attest to this, at least how many times I've had to stop a fucking promo. You can only go so far without losing your shit, and you actually have to fucking stop and get yourself back together. But he,
Yeah.
like I said, he did it in a way where it made sense for the promo, where it didn't look like he was getting flustered as much as he was trying to bring some professionalism back into it, because it looked like he was about to get petty. Make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this is when everything started clicking, and this is when this story started becoming so great, and how it kind of continued. It picked up from 2011. Then we move on to Friday Night SmackDown, where John Cena cuts his pipe bomb promo, and it's fucking mirroring CM Punk's promo from 2011, right?
There's a lot of similarities.
A lot
there.
of callbacks, yeah.
A lot of callbacks. I would even say it might have been a little too much. And this is just movie buffering me here at this point. You've seen Godzilla King of the Monsters,
Mm-hmm.
the 2019 film with Ghidorah and all them. Have you seen the 2019 Godzilla movie?
Yes.
Okay. To me, that one felt like there was too much callback to too many other previous Godzilla movies. That's kind of how I felt with John Cena's pipe bomb. Like if he would have just kept a couple of lines out of it and not have to rely so much on it, I get why he did it. Because he's working heel right now. He wants you to hate him, but at the same time, it felt like he was pulling too much from it.
Yeah, a lot.
Well, I mean, he pulled a good.
But you know why it worked so well?
Because it's fucking John Cena and CM Punk's story. They're yin and yang.
Yeah, but also there's a lot of fans, including myself. I had to go back and rewatch the CM Punk pipe bomb promo because I don't remember everything from that promo. So
let's go ahead and get into like the deep dive into both because we can kind of mirror what lines were from which and stuff like that, so we can see what exactly they're definitely not line for line the same promo.
No. So here's what I'll do.
I mean, damn near.
Here's
But
what
the
I'll do.
point that I was gonna make is that I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fans that had no idea what was going on here, and I think that's why it works so well.
Oh no! As soon as that first line came out of Cena's mouth, as you lay there and you're most uncomfortable, it's like there ain't no fucking way he's about to do what I think he's about. And sure as fucking hell, I was like, ooh. And then and more likely it was just somebody in the back fucked up for a second when they cut his mic off just for a second. The fucking Punk played into that shit or not Punk. Cena played into that shit real fucking well. I was like, oh, somebody's afraid of what I gotta say. Oh, good shit. So how do you want to do this? I have both transcripts pulled up.
Okay, so let's go.
Want me to read the Punk one first?
Well, let's compare them. Oh, well, we don't have to do that. So let's just hear the Punk promo first.
I might be able to. Hold on. Stand by. I am. What? I'm mastery. Did I do it right? Did I right? I can't do it.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm happy I was able to figure this out.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
We're doing it live. Fuck it.
That's right.
So I'm just gonna read a couple lines from the Punk one, a couple lines from the John one, and we'll compare and contrast. This is the beginning of it. We're gonna start with the OG, the good one. I still think is the better one, but Punk fanatic. John Cena, as you lay there, hopefully as uncomfortable as you possibly can be, I want you to listen to me. I want you to digest this because I'm leaving in 3 weeks with your WWE championships, and I have a lot of things I want to get off of my chest. Okay? John Cena's. Punk, as you lay there and you're most uncomfortable, I hope you can listen. I hope you can digest, because before I leave here in 6 months with that WWE championship, I got a whole lot of stuff I want to get off my chest. Almost word for fucking word. And obviously we had the mic thing with Cena, and I cut that shit out for obvious fucking reasons. In 2011, when I watched it live, I didn't know the significance of Punk's pipe bomb until after it happened. In 2025, the first fucking line that came out of Cena's mouth, I was like, it's going to get good.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he had the balls to not only mimic the pipe bomb, but dare I say, match it in his own way. And we said this with the Cody promos. We said this with the Orton promos. Everything Cena's done since Mania, masterclass. His matches have been shit, but the fucking promos leading up, masterclass.
100%.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Yes. So let me roll a little bit. I continue. I don't hate you, John. I don't even dislike you. I do like you. I like you a hell of a lot more than most of the people in the back. I can hear the fucking promo in my. And this is from John. First things first, I don't hate you. I just like you. I like you. I like you more than anyone you've ever shared a locker room with. That's for sure. Am I the only one that kind of took that as a dig?
Oh, absolutely, it was a dig.
Tor-
100% it was
towards,
a dig.
Towards a certain little jungle boy?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course it was a dig.
That was the first thing I took it as. What, you're shaking your head, Edgar. What'd you take it as?
I didn't. I just took it as he's just copying a line from CM Punk's promo. That one just went right over my head. You
Well,
could
I
be right,
mean,
though.
even Matt Riddle's come out recently. I mean, he's always had people in the locker room saying he was difficult to deal with.
There you go. That's true.
Because Riddle wasn't high enough.
Still,
There's always going to be people that's going to say, "Oh, this guy was hard to work with. Oh, this guy was hard to work with." You're all going to have your little fucking clicks.
right. But we've heard it about Punk.
And we've
A lot.
And we've heard it about Hunter, and then we heard it about Austin, and then we heard it about Michaels, and then we heard it about Kane. You're going to hear it about everyone. Hell, now Moxley's so fucking dangerous, he's getting fucking sued for God's sakes.
You're gonna hear from Giant Gonzalez, which is not true. No, I'm kidding.
Well, well, God bless the dead. First off, he's not here to defend himself, so let's just Logan Paul sucks at.
Okay, yeah.
All right, and I continue.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the Punk one. I hate this idea that you're the best, because you're not. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. There is one thing that you're better at, and that's kissing Vince McMahon's ass. That's when I started getting the chills of, oh shit, this is a little real, right? All right, we're going back to Cena. I hate this idea of you, this idea that you're the best in the world. You're not. I'm the greatest of all time. But you're better than me in one thing. You're the best bullshitter in the world. That fucking pop for Cena cussing on a fucking TV.
I know, man.
Dude, I had chills. I loved it. I loved it. Oh no, kiddos. John Cena just dropped a curse word.
Show's gone off the rails.
Hey, Stu, shoot this. I'm breaking the fourth wall. The first time he's acknowledged Stu since the fucking heel turn.
Yep.
Can we give a second for that?
Yes, thank you. We're glad Stu's okay.
Oh.
I'm glad they're still friends even after this heel turn.
Oh,
you know?
apparently him and Michael Cole are great friends still too. So there's that. Oh, and there's the breaking the fourth wall for Punk. He didn't really make his he just waved at it. I'm breaking the fourth wall to camera. Like he didn't really make it that big of a deal. So we go through some shit that Punk said that Cena didn't retort on, such as being a Paul Heyman guy. He was a Paul Heyman guy before. Blah blah blah. I grabbed some imaginary rings from this fucking bullshit. Blah blah blah.
Didn't you go into something about his idiot son and stupid daughter?
We're getting there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was at the end.
That was right before it got cut off.
It was also true.
He's not fucking wrong.
Yeah.
He predicted it.
He called that shit. Oh, no. I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous of the fact that you have conned these people into believing the myth that you're the best in the world. Hi, Claudio Castagnoli. Hi, Nick Nemeth. Hi, Matt Cardona. Which, by the way, Matt Cardona put a fucking shirt out. It just says hi, Matt Cardona. He's fucking selling. That's a bullshit. Number one. Number two, someone say hi, Draven Grimes, so I can put a hi, Draven Grimes on the fucking merch site, please, and thank you.
Hi, Draven Grimes.
Put it on the site. Oh. It goes into calling out Cole Cabana on his. This is where like it kind of weaves off. So I'm gonna finish off John Cena's promo, and anything that I can pull from the CM Punk one, I'll go into. Your promo potato salad, pal. Hey, you're no longer the voice of the voiceless. You're a friggin' millionaire. Despite yourself, you're not Punk. You're a capitalist. And I figured you popped on that one.
I popped on that
You
one.
popped on that one. And you're not against TKO, dude. You are Mr. TKO because they knocked your balls technically off your body. Your tweets are strong. Your actions are weak. Do not demonetize me for fucking quoting that. We're going to get demonetized. At least give me the opportunity to do it proper. And that's kind of where it ends on this transcript. We can go into the rest of Punk's, which really has no issue here. So here's my thing. Punk had a lot more meat on his pipe bomb. Cena chose not to pull all the meat off the bone this time. Do we get a part 2 that's even going to be even more vicious than before? Where he does say something. What if Cena brings a fucking Vince? What if? What if he does bring up the thing about his fucking son-in-law and his daughter? What if?
What if?
What if Punk brings that up or Cena?
No. What if Cena brings it up?
Mm.
Because there's still a lot of stuff in the CM Punk pipe bomb that I'm not going to read on here because it's just a lot of meat that wasn't pulled from the bone for Cena's pipe bomb that can still be used as cannon fodder, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get a part 2 from this? And if so, seeing what we saw last Friday on SmackDown, what can we expect in Saudi Arabia? Because technically, as of now, they're still going to fucking Saudi.
Yeah. I think you're gonna see probably him on SmackDown talking. He could pull that more of that pipe bomb stuff out. Then Punk comes out, hits him with a go to sleep, and that's how they end the show.
In which they'll go into fucking Cena and Punk having a great fucking match, and then with the title and in the balls. And
Do we know if Cena's going to be on SmackDown?
yeah, he's been confirmed. Him and Punk's both been confirmed for SmackDown in Saudi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
I don't like that they're going over there right now.
Now that could change still, because last I heard, civilian flights to and from have been cut off.
Mm-hmm.
So the WWE staff that's there is stuck in Saudi right now. The ones that are here in America, unless they're going to like cargo plane their motherfucking asses in there, which would fucking put it below them, that's the only way they're going to get in and out. Because remember, we had a similar issue. It was the last show Brock worked in Saudi. Because they made it a big deal because he flew a private jet home where a lot of other talent were stuck in Saudi Arabia waiting for flights to get cleared. So this ain't the first time this has happened, but this is the first time something of this magnitude has happened this close to where the fuck did he go? Went bye-bye.
Had to get your one in.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, y'all.
Anyway,
No, you're
this is the first time something of this magnitude has happened this close to the venue. I mean, they've already pulled one match, which was the Dominic Mysterio AJ Styles.
Oh, okay.
Because one or both of them basically said, I'm not fucking going.
Well, Dominic's hurt.
It's a kayfabe thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just saying. They're playing that because either Dom don't want to go or AJ doesn't want to go, so they pulled the fucking
I think
match
it
off
was
the ground.
Dom.
But either way.
I saw something.
Is
about
this going to
that.
be something in the next day or so where other workers get scared and rightfully so?
Yeah.
I mean, this is their fucking lives we're playing with.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, honestly, if it was me, I'd postpone it. I'd give them a different show later down the line. I'd put Not a Champion such short notice. You're not going to really get a real big venue for it, but you could probably get a decent size such short notice. Probably Tampa, probably Orlando. Hell, you might even be able to get the Garden on such short notice because WWE has the fucking works for it. But at that point, ticket sales become a problem.
Right.
Because they've overpriced all fucking ticket sales. You seen fucking house show ticket sales for NXT?
No.
I'm not paying $80 to get into the fucking
$80 fucking dollars.
$80 to get into the fucking Armory down the road.
Oh, fuck all that shit.
Yeah, they're coming Friday, and I was like, oh, you're going to be out of town. I might go check it out. $80 fucking dollars.
Hell no.
And you know the layout of the Armory. It's all one level of seating. No, thank you. I'd rather go watch a fucking indie show there for a fraction of that price, get more than my money's worth, and leave happy, and actually know who the fuck's working.
Absolutely.
So you think they're doing $80 for an NXT house show that's not even going to have a lot of their mainstay on NXT? Imagine what they try to do at the Garden.
Yeah.
And who's going to buy that other than fucking celebrities and the top 1%ers?
About it. About it. Well, we got anything else tonight, fellas?
Yeah, I just want to add something about the promo. John Cena ended it with you were hot for 7 minutes 14 years ago. CM Punk's promo was 7 minutes, the pipe bomb.
Yep.
And I think John Cena's promo went a little bit longer. I took that as a shot to CM Punk because CM Punk's mic got cut off. John Cena's didn't. But yeah, man, CM Punk told no, he predicted the future in his pipe bomb promo. Everything from Vince McMahon is a millionaire, but he should be a billionaire. He's if he didn't surround himself with John Laurinaitis. I thought that was fucking funny. But yeah, man, there was just I'm so excited for this, man. Like to the point where I want to see CM Punk save wrestling from John Cena. Now, I think that would be a great circle moment,
Yeah.
but it's not likely. But yeah,
Yeah, probably not.
Real quick, Edgar, pull up the finals for the King of the Ring. We'll go ahead and give our predictions.
prediction.
Yeah, because it's Saturday at 1:00 at least on our side. You got it at like fucking 9:00 in the fucking morning over there.
Yeah, something like that. All right, Sean, let's do it. The finals is going to be Cody versus Randy Orton for the King of the Ring, the men's King of the Ring. Who you guys got?
Cody.
I think it's too soon for Cody to get back in title contention. I'm gonna say Randy.
Well, they made a big deal of Randy and John having already had their last match of all time ever. Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason why I said Cody.
Too soon though. Like, if you pull the trigger on Cody now and he doesn't win it, it's Roman Reigns all over again. I'm not going to care at the end of it.
Right. Yeah.
Just like with Cody Roman too. We all knew what was going to happen. I didn't care. I cared the year before.
So you're going Randy?
I'm going to say Randy on this one. Because
I'm also going Randy.
Because let's say he doesn't get traded back over to Raw.
Yeah.
And we get Randy Gunther Part 2.
I mean, I think it makes more sense for Randy to do it considering what we think is going to happen at the end of this calendar year with Cody. But I was just hung up on that them having their last match already. So
hey, remember, Rock and Cena was only supposed to be once in a lifetime. And we're probably going to get it a third fucking time.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying Randy.
Randy all the way. And for you guys, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be a 5-star banger right here for the Queen of the Ring finals. Asuka versus Jade Cargill.
Dude, that Jade Cargill match last night was rough as shit.
Capital R rough.
God, that was rough.
Ron Breaker, rough.
What you did there?
Bad dad joke. Sorry.
I was barking over there.
I'm gonna say Asuka.
Oscar's got to carry this regardless.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Asuka because they made such a big deal about her coming back. I don't think Jade is ready for the women's championship.
I proved that.
Yeah.
And here's another thing: we're gonna get Io versus Asuka.
Yeah, I hope it's Asuka. Because if it's not Asuka, then it's going to be Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton.
Be a yawner.
Yeah, I don't think Jade's ready for that. I mean, not only was that match a clunker, but it almost looked like Roxy was really heavy to her. Like there's a couple of times where she struggled, it looked like she struggled to lift her, and Roxy's tiny as shit.
It's just like 110.
So I don't know what's going on.
He was
But
gassed, dude. Hell, like
Yeah.
go back and watch just the choke slam, and look how rough that motherfucker was. There's no reason for an up and down maneuver to look as rough as it did. It looked like she was trying to pick up a sack of potatoes. To me, we're better in AEW. I don't know what happened in the transition from one company to another. Like she almost worked at WWE style in AEW. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck has happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe she's not wrestling as much. Maybe they need to send her to Evolve or something.
No, they've invested too much time and money to put her even in NXT at this point.
Yeah.
So they need to do something because I'm getting Eva Marie vibes. Like
I'm getting Hulk Hogan vibes.
well, similar thing where you're just gonna get shoved down our throat to the point we don't want to see you anymore.
Yeah. All she needs is one really good match, but she hasn't had it.
Not the only there's only so many possibilities for somebody to carry her. Rhea, obviously. Liv when she comes back, if she'll fucking listen. Alexa. Hell, even fucking Charlotte could probably pull her through a fucking match.
Yeah.
That tasted bad. Horrible coming out. But it's true. All the veterans are to a point where they can't work with her right now.
Yeah.
And say what you will, I've seen Roxanne Perez have matches. She not had a bad one until Monday night.
Yeah, no.
And it's no fault of her own. She was doing the best she could with what she had. So that tells me it wasn't Roxanne that was fucked up. It was Jade. And you can clearly see 4 minutes into it, she's gassed.
Yeah.
Her cardio is shit.
Is it normal for the referee in the WWE to walk the wrestler step by step, spot by spot, move by move during the match? Because that's what Jessica Carr was doing for Jade Cargill.
Essentially, yeah. I've seen it on the Indies. I've seen it in TNA. And we all have our separate things. When I first started, when I went out in front of fucking 10 people, I lost everything. Whereas now I can go in front of 1,000 people and not mind them at all. Like I can shut that shit out.
Yeah.
I don't think Jade's to that point yet, and I think she still gets stage fright. Once the lights are up and the performance of her entrance is done, like once she actually has to go to work, I think she loses it.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Which baffles me because in AEW, unless they're like doing A to fucking Z on fucking calling shit in the back, which if that's the case, call the shit in the fucking back. If that's the style you can work, by all means do it. You don't always got to call it out there. Only call it out there when you need to, or if you got somebody who's good enough to do it. So if she's one of those that needs to call everything from the first lockup to the pin in the back, do it because you worked fucking phenomenally in AEW doing that.
All right. You guys want to move on to the next one?
Sure. Go ahead and knock him out.
John Cena versus CM Punk. Undisputed title.
Cena.
All right, Cena.
I'm hoping for Punk because I'd love to see the upset, but
Me too, man. Yeah.
So,
But I don't see where it would go, other than Cena starting to turn babyface and we get another heel run with Punk.
Yeah.
And he's selling too
Un-
much merch right now.
unlike some of the other PLEs, this one has 6 matches instead of 5. The next
Well,
one,
it's a Saudi show.
for the United States Championship, Solo Sikoa, my boy, the real Travel Chief, versus Jacob Fatu.
They are pulling the trigger on this one way too fucking soon. The build-up's not fucking there yet. So I'm hoping some fucking bullshit happens and it's a disqualification finish and they move it into SummerSlam.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Because this feels
Solo
way too
Sikoa's
rushed.
winning.
If Solo wins, it's gonna be by DQ for some reason.
Solo's the new U.S. champion, y'all. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah.
Calling it right now.
The only reason they would do that is to push Jacob up to the next level,
And
but
it's
it's
not
not
time.
time for that yet. I gotta go Jacob.
What if
I'm
they
saying,
bring
I'm
in,
saying it's a DQ finish on Solo with Jeff Cobb, but Fatu's walking out with the title.
What if Solo brings in Hikuleo to help him win?
I
Take the
feel he would
title.
have to bring Tama back too for that to make it make sense. Just think about it. You bring back Tama first, and then you bring what the fuck did you call him?
Tala Tonga?
Yeah, that one. I can't believe you fucking called that. I
I
cannot
did.
fucking believe you called that shit.
Called it Tala Tonga.
You
That's
bring
his
out
new name.
Tama's little brother, the 7-foot fucking Samoan. Come
Yeah.
on. It writes itself. But for me, you'd have to bring back Tama first. Because Tonga can just stay the fuck over there. Way the fuck over
Like
there.
motherfuckers, you just put an A at the end of the word tall, right? Like just because he's tall, you ain't got to call him Tala. Oh yeah, we do. Actually, we're gonna call him Tala Tonga. Fuck that.
Well, Tonga.
Speaking
Lola,
of ridiculous
Tama,
names, did you guys see that the WWE trademarked the Oracle?
Yeah. Paul
What are they?
Heyman's gonna be the Oracle.
He's always going to be the wise man.
All right, y'all. These 2 matches were just added last night on Monday Night Raw.
I don't know if y'all saw it, but somebody was brought up something with another Shield thing. So with Roman, you had the Bloodline. With Moxley, you had the Death Riders. Seth has the Seth Riders.
Nice.
Watch they fucking trademark that shit. Direct fucking jab. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez, and I believe this is going to be a street fight.
Can I just say that I don't know what it was last night, but Raquel was not looking fucking bad at all.
He wasn't, but Rio was looking real good.
Yeah, but when do I say that about a Raquel?
Yeah.
Like fuck. Hell, I had a fucking I was watching it with the wife last night with that promo, and like she started off in Spanish, and I was like, did I fucking hit the Espanol on this motherfucker? Like, did I fuck up?
Dude, she said a lot of bad words in Spanish that if they knew what she was saying, those words would get bleeped.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Huh.
that was some fun. That was not PG at all.
Huh. Funny how they can get away with that when it's
Dude,
a
they
different
did it.
language.
They did it with Asuka and who the
Io.
and Io. Yeah, remember they went back and forth in fucking Japanese and had that shit translated like almost a week later. Holy shit! At the dirty words I learned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. So who you guys got?
I don't know what.
Raquel, and let me explain. Did you see the look that Raquel gave Roxanne after she put Rhea through the fucking table? Remember how we called her not having to fucking relinquish the title and Roxanne takes it over?
Mm.
I think this is how it culminates. I think Roxanne causes Rhea to lose the fucking match. And that's how Roxanne gains that trust of Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
So I'm saying Raquel.
I'll go with that.
It does make sense. I
just
think when you
wanna-
put it
I
like
just want to
that,
see Rhea's bodysuit. Let's all be honest here. We want to see the bodysuit.
yeah, I think when you put it like that, yeah, I think it makes sense for Raquel to win in that way. I'm just glad that Raquel is getting a spot in PLE in a singles match. I think she's really underutilized. So hopefully this is a
I mean,
beginning for
she's
her.
not a bad worker. She's not. She doesn't have the opportunity to work with somebody like a Rhea all the time.
Right.
hmm
True.
Yeah, I want to see her up there. I want to see Raquel up there with the, with the Rheas, with the even Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, like the top talent, the
They
tippity
change their
top.
last fucking name every couple of years.
hmm
All right. What else we got? Oh, I'm sorry.
The last match, this is probably one of the matches I'm really excited about the most, is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross.
Can
Finally,
we all just enjoy the pop Cross got on Raw last night?
Nice.
The crowd is doing the same thing to him that they did to LA Knight.
Yeah.
They are naturally turning him into a baby. Who tonight? Really? Come on now. Where did you go? We'll do it live.
Okay.
Fuck it.
What was
Cross and Sammy.
Cross.
I don't know. That's the problem. Because they've really been teasing this match since February. With all the backstage stuff and then the stuff that Cross has been doing on his own fucking dime.
Right.
What if this is the start of something? And what I mean by that is, what if Cross is trying to form a new faction by using the guys that he's been fucking with this year? Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, that three-man
think
group. right
Xavier
there.
Woods.
Well, he's already kind of.
He's busy.
Yeah, he's over there looking like Silky Johnson. But I'm just saying, New Day's already turned heel, and it happened after the Karrion Kross shit. What if this match was Sammy turn Sammy heel, but not like that bullshit heel that he was a few years back when he fought Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania? The fact that that term is true, baffling. But we get that Sami Zayn, we get the Lone Wolf AJ Styles for WWE, even if it's short term. You get Karrion Kross, all three of them, and they could be the ones that goes against the Seth Riders. And that's what I'm calling them until I get a fucking name for them. 3-on-3.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And I mean, Karrion Kross's whole thing here lately has been deal with the devil that you know. We know Kross is openly a bad person. Seth is trying to bullshit everybody. I could see this going to Survivor Series. If done right.
My problem is
That
the
you
Seth
keep losing service?
Riders. The Seth Riders sounds like such a huge pause moment, and I refuse to let you talk about my boy Braun Breaker in that manner, Draven.
Okay. So I will send you my fucking address and you can meet me in my front yard tomorrow. Just like Travis Scott and all his boys were supposed to a few months back. What happened there? Nothing, because at the end of the day, your boy, Draven motherfucking Grimes, was still standing tall.
All right.
All right.
I think we should be good. We should be good from getting
that one,
demonetized after that one.
I've said worse.
So who do you guys got? I missed it because I got kicked out again. Karrion?
I'm saying Sammy, but Karrion pushes him to do something so vile that he's not going to turn back from what he does.
I'm saying Sammy because they're in Saudi Arabia. That's it. That's my reason.
Think if fucking Sammy turns heel in Saudi.
Oh man,
The fucking heat.
that'd be dope.
Possible.
And what if? Okay, and if it was Dom that called off the IC title match, what if AJ came out to try to stop Sammy and really plant the seeds for that 3-man?
You and AJ, man, you're always trying to shove AJ into every fucking storyline.
Oh, Mister, I suck Logan Paul's cock.
Well, he's the future.
And
There's a
AJ Styles is
difference.
the fucking present. And on fucking AJ Styles' worst day, could still take Logan Paul at his best.
All I know is that Sami Zayn, he was a big part of Jey Uso getting over, so I'm excited to see him get involved with Karrion Kross. Because if you rub shoulders with Sami Zayn, I think that's a great thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. But I'm calling Sammy.
All right,
You're
child.
calling
That was
Kross. What are you calling, Edgar?
Sammy.
Okay.
Even though I want to see Cross win, but I don't think they're gonna
I'm
make
just
Sammy
happy
lose
Cross
at
is
Saudi.
getting a fucking push.
Dude, okay. So this is how it like I saw this. Karrion Kross was messing with Xavier Woods months ago. He got one match from him, I believe.
Mhm.
And then he messed with AJ Styles. Karrion Kross messed with AJ Styles. He got one match out of it. And now he's messing with Sami Zayn. This dude is like haunting the locker room just to get some fucking TV time for the past I don't know how many months. Poor fucking guy, Karrion Kross.
Or
Yeah.
this is, and we hear this all the time, long-term storytelling. What if this really is? Because remember, Ross on his own fucking dime did go out and record vignettes, put on his own social medias in like fucking January and February of this year. That has to do with fucking Sammy. I think he just fucking worked himself into a fucking spot. And now it's undeniable. Now they have to do something with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would you have him in these most random ass backstage things? He's only had 2, maybe 3 matches on Raw. He primarily works on fucking main event when he does fucking work, right? And then these random ass fucking interview segments when they're in the fucking crowd and they're having him fucking do the interview segments.
Mm-hmm.
They got something building for him, and it's about fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like all these little things are all like falling into place for him. Like I think this is what opened the door for Karrion Kross to have a match at Night Champions was Dominic Mysterio being like, "Oh, I'm injured, so everything is working towards Karrion Kross advantage." It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
All right, guys. I think we've worn out our welcome.
Yeah.
You want to do the pleasantries real quick?
Yeah.
Speed version.
Speed version. We're not going to be here Thursday. We're not. He's going to be out of town. I'm going to be in the corner crying. He's going to leave me. Star dates, all that good shit. Sunday, we'll be having HSP, noon Eastern, 11 Central. I remember the fucking times this time. Johnny. As well as WIW every Tuesday night with you boys, the fucking 3 of us. Edgar, go ahead and plug your shit real quick.
I'm gonna be live tomorrow.
There you go. He's going to be fucking live tomorrow on Snug Wrestling on all the fucking social medias. Find them all. The Tiki-Taki, the Fippy Pappy. Matter of fact, find us on the Tiki-Taki, the Fippy Pappy, the Instagrammers, the Facebooks, the Twitters. I'll restart OnlyFans at some point. Fuck it. I don't care at this point. And we're in talks of possibly reopening the Patreon for some more deep conversational pieces. So take a look at that. As well as for the YouTube premium members plus, right? The plus ones. Since my boy's going to be on vacation, we have moved the Zoom call to Sunday. We're going to do it Sunday at 10:30 Eastern. You've already put it out.
I put it out on the YouTube postings. And if you're listening to this and you're a HSP Heel Shit Plus member, I need you to email me so I can email you the link to the Zoom call.
Yes. As well as, fuck it, hit that button, motherfucker. The merch.
The merch!
It's fucking beautiful. We got the HSP stuff. We got the TFK stuff. We got the Draven Grimes, Dark Cordz, Rip Ruiz stuff. Fuck. Logan Paul. As soon as we get to 20,001 members, he will be wearing that motherfucking shirt as I wear the scrumptious HSP tattoo, Betty Rose style, on my neck. All because Dark Cordz decided to pay for it against his fucking will. And that's about it.
That's a wager. A wager's a wager. So, for Draven Grimes and Edgar from the Snug Wrestling Podcast.
The definition.
I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
K-pop sucks.